Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Behind me, I have a 2011 Honda CR-V. This has the 2.4 liter four-cylinder in it. It has around 110,000 miles, and the vehicle owner brought it in today for regular maintenance. So we're going to be replacing the spark plugs on it today. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. Definitely smash that like button because it helps the channel out. With that said, let's go ahead and get started on today's video. The first step in this that you have to do is going to be to remove this cover. Typically, it's held on by 4 fasteners. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. The way I like to do this is I will just use a 10 millimeter on my Milwaukee impact ratchet here. So we're just gonna go ahead and take these off. Now, the back ones are a little bit challenging. You can see that one, there's some hoses there. This back one over here can be a little bit of a challenge. We're gonna have to pull this hose out of its little holder, kind of hold it out of the way, and go ahead and pull it off just like that. Now, they are all the same. Basically, it's just like a shoulder bolt. I believe that's what it's called when you have this little riser on here. So you just take those off. You don't really need to keep them in any particular order. And then what we're gonna do is go ahead and lift up our little plastic cover. At least this isn't bad. This doesn't have one of those dummy covers, just has a little cover to keep stuff out of there. So, you know, kudos to Honda on that, not overdoing it. So we are at our coil packs up here. The next step would be to unplug our coil packs. Now, sometimes these connectors, they don't really like to disconnect that easy. You may need something like a little screwdriver, like we have a little pocket screwdriver, but let's give this a shot. Let's go ahead and do the first one. And sometimes you gotta push it forward and pull the tab. That one worked that way pretty easily. Let's try this one. All right, so far so good. Can't really bat an eye to it. Now this one is fighting me a little bit. So when they fight you, what you want to do is take your little pocket screwdriver, just gently, and you want to be very careful because you can easily break something here. But what you want to do is just gently pull up on that tab and move it out of there. Now I'm going to try this last one. And there we go. All right, so not too bad. We were able to get most of them out pretty easily. What you're looking to do, and I don't know how well the camera's going to pick it up, but hopefully you guys can see, is just lift up on this little blue tab right there. Pushing it forward sometimes while pushing this tab can definitely help, but if that doesn't work, if it's too dirty, or let's say you can't push it forward, just a little screwdriver and lift up on the tab very gently. Don't overdo it. They can break. They can be pretty brittle. Now that we got our coil packs disconnected, it's time to remove them. What I like to do is take my air wand and just blow any air, or any dirt I should say, out of here. The reason why I like doing that is just in case that we have any loose particles that might get in. So now we need to remove our coils. We have our 10 millimeter bolts all up here. And on this one, we're not replacing the coil packs, just the spark plugs. With our coil fasteners taken off, what I'm going to do next is just pry up on our coil packs. They should come off fairly easy. Always inspect your boot and everything. Sometimes it's common you'll see them brown out like this. Nothing really to really worry about there. If this is bad, you can replace it. One thing that I always recommend when you're going to be reinstalling these coils, if you're reusing them, put a little bit of electrical grease in here. It'll definitely help. Now, I'm looking at ours. It doesn't look bad. Just has a little bit of you know, usage and wear on that boot. But let's go ahead and pull all of these out. So we're just going to gently grab on these. Now this one feels like it's sticking, but okay, not too bad. Kind of the same thing going on. If you kind of see the same exact thing on all of them and they're evenly wearing, you can see they're all kind of yellow. It's, you know, a good sign, I guess you can say. So all right, they're all looking fairly consistent. I'm gonna, you know, closely look at them a little bit later just to make sure, but our coil packs should be fine. Now that we have those taken out, one thing you always want to check out for is that if you pull out a coil pack and it's covered in oil, you're gonna have to replace your valve seals here. or your plug seals, which is going to include doing the valve cover. So that means you're going to take out the valve cover gasket and everything and redo it. We're not going to be doing that today because we don't need to do that. All of these are nice and dry. It's not very often that happens, but it can happen on these engines. Just something to be mindful, because if you have oil filling up a cylinder and you replace the spark plugs and put these back, you're going to have a misfire, and that's not really going to fix your issue. So if you see that, you need to replace your valve cover gasket and your tube seals on your valve cover. So what I'm going to use to remove my spark plugs is this gear wrench socket that I have. It's a flexible head, makes it easier. Now this tool used to be magnetic, but the magnet broke, so I just use this to get them off. So we're just going to go ahead and impact them off. Now I'm using an impact to remove them. We're not going to be using an impact to install them. Now that I've impacted all of mine off, we're going to take my other socket that has the magnet working, and we're just going to go ahead and pull off the spark plugs. And these are definitely original. These are the Denso Iridiums, and you can see they've been leaking pretty well here, judging by that ring. So our second one, same thing, same type of condition. You want to always look for consistency on your parts that you're removing. So far, everything's looking pretty consistent on this one. I don't really see anything abnormal. Same thing on this one, and you guys kind of get the idea here. Even though I'm replacing these parts, it's always a good tip to look at them. Look at the wear, make sure it looks consistent, nothing looks off. Look at the tips, make sure that, you know, things are, you know, looking good. Because if you have one that's well worse for wear than the others, that may be telling you there's an issue somewhere. So it is time to install our spark plugs. Now we're going to be upgrading this car. We're going to be putting NGK laser iridium plugs in it. I already matched them up. They're good. One thing to take note is when you open these up, inspect them to make sure they're not cracked. If you drop a spark plug, it can potentially be bad. So you want to make sure that there's no cracks. Make sure that sleeve that they normally come in here, that comes with a little protective sleeve, make sure that's there protecting the gap. And if anything looks like it's been crushed, you may not want to use them. So just be mindful of that. So what I'm going to do next is we're going to take our magnetic socket with a spark plug, and we are going to start threading them in. It is crucial, and I cannot, you know, stress this point enough. Do not start tightening these with a tool. Start threading them off by hand. Now what I like to do is I'll start them off a couple threads by hand, and then what I'll do is I'll use a tool, like an electric tool, just to help run them down in case they are super long, like these I believe are. These take a couple spins. So to show everyone an example of this, let me grab my tools here and get everything set up. So what you can do is, let's say my electric ratchet, I can use this to run them down. So you just want to be able to throttle control it, just because sometimes it takes time, and you can see how I'm doing it. I'm not going full impact here. As soon as they touch, it basically will stop. So now we have our spark plugs installed and torqued. They're very minuscule on the torque. Don't go crazy on these. Literally it's just a couple foot-pounds, nothing real big. You want to always be careful with that. Now one thing that I did, I already went ahead and I inspected my coils. Everything is good. Got a little bit of dielectric grease in there. We already got all 4 of the coils like that. And since these coils are running good and the car's just in here for maintenance, even though this little tip is worn out, on these Hondas you can't really replace just the tip. The car doesn't have any misfires or anything, so we're just going to go ahead and continue with these coils. I asked the vehicle owner if they wanted to change them while I was in here, but they said no, we're just going to go with them because this guy wants to stick to the Denso coils, and these can be quite expensive. So we're going to roll with these. Nothing's wrong with them. Don't get caught up in the replace your coil packs every single time. Now I know on most of the tune-up videos that I've done, I've replaced coil packs, and that's usually just because I ask the customer if they want to do that while they're in there, and most of them usually opt for it when it's a good deal. But these Denso coils, you know, these could be about 100, 150 a piece. It adds up really quick. So we're gonna go ahead and put them back in their respective places. Now, one thing I forgot to mention earlier is that as I pulled out these coil packs, I kept them in order with the cylinder they came out of, meaning 1 is up here, 2, 3, 4, and so on. The reason why I like keeping them in the same place is that I don't like disturbing them. You don't want to just pull them out and put them anywhere and everywhere. Not that there's an issue with that, because there really isn't, but mainly because I just like knowing that it came out of that cylinder, it's lived in that cylinder for a while, and that's probably where it's gonna be at its happiest. So I always go with that route. So once I got all of my coils pressed in there, what I'm gonna do is start plugging back my connectors. You wanna make sure you hear the audible click, so let's see if you guys can hear it on camera. I don't know if you heard that little faint click, but that's what you're looking for. And we're just gonna do all of these. They usually slide on pretty easily. Sometimes you gotta maneuver them. So now that they're all in there, everything is tight, we need to go ahead and bolt down our coils. Now for these, I always just start off by hand threading them. Never just take your impact or your electric tool and go to town on them. Now these really have a low torque value. What I normally just do is I just snug them up with my impact. I don't really sit there and torque them down. You know, it goes into aluminum and it holds down plastic. So, you know, you can kind of figure out and do the math on that one. And the reason why you never want to just tighten them up with an impact, as you saw, this one is feels a little dingy there. So just, you know, play it very carefully. So what I'm going to do is just take my ratchet and just run them down just like that. You don't need to go crazy. Just a couple ugga-duggas, as I call them. Just like that. That should be nice and snug. And one check to always do before you put anything back, make sure my connectors are all in. I come in here, just jiggle my coils, make sure they're holding nice and tight. Now that we have all that done, it is time to go ahead and take our cover, and we're just gonna go ahead and place that back on there. Now if you're doing this at home and you haven't done it before, you may want to start the car at this point. Since I have done many of these, I'm very confident and comfortable that it'll be fine. And if I gotta open it back up, it's just 4 bolts. But just for the sake of the video, since I'm already here, I'm just gonna go ahead and put these back just to kind of keep it all in one clip without having to edit it like a madman. So we're gonna go ahead and very lightly tighten up our cover. This doesn't take a lot of torque. Just a couple ugga-duggas. And then what I'm gonna do is just take my line that we kind of pushed to the side here, and we're gonna go ahead and put it back in its little bracket. And once you have all that done, you have pretty much finished up your tune-up. So we are all said and done. It is very easy to work on these Honda CR-Vs with a 2.4 liter as far as doing the spark plugs and coil packs if you needed to do them. Now if you were replacing the coil packs, you would just swap out the old ones with new ones. And if you're just looking to replace the coil packs, you just remove those 10mm bolts and you can swap out your coils without ever touching the spark plug. So this will kind of cover both, even though we didn't replace the coils in this video. And it's pretty much simple. Everyone saw, if you have the right tools and you know what you're doing and you're comfortable, this shouldn't take you more than 20 to 30 minutes in your driveway or garage. So hopefully everyone enjoyed this video. Hopefully this video helps everybody out. Like always, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch everyone on the next video.